You wake up because the garbage truck is outside, and the man hanging off the back of it waves at your window and calls your name, your full name, middle name included, the one your mother only uses when you are in trouble. You have never seen this man in your life. He gives you a thumbs up and moves on to greet the next house by name and the next, all the way down the street, like a census with better morale. Welcome to the society where nobody is a stranger. You know every name. Everyone knows yours. There is no learning, there is no forgetting. There is only, forever, "Good morning, Stephen." You test it on the way to work. The bus has 41 people on it, and you know all of them. Not their secrets, just their names, sitting in your head the way your own does, as if they had always been there. The driver greets each passenger individually, which adds 11 minutes to the route, and nobody complains, because complaining to a man named Douglas who is doing his best feels different from complaining to a bus driver. At the coffee shop, your cup is waiting with your name on it, spelled correctly, first time in recorded history. The barista slides it over. No name for the order, no marker hovering in doubt. The little theater where two humans pretend not to be humans is gone, and what is left is just Priya handing Stephen a coffee. Your phone buzzes. It is the group chat for your building, which now has actual names in it instead of Unit 4B. The message is from the old man upstairs, the one who has been learning the violin through your ceiling for 3 years. All this time he was the violin neighbor. It turns out his name is Gerald. It turns out you knew that the moment you woke up. He is inviting the building to a small recital. He signs it. "You all know who I am now, so I might as well play like it." By noon, the city has done its accounting, because a world without strangers has winners, and the winners are not who you would guess. Crime is having its worst quarter ever recorded. It is very hard to snatch a purse from a woman when the moment you grab the strap, you both know it is Kevin doing this. Kevin from Delmore Street. Kevin, who was held as a baby by half the people at the bus stop, all of whom are now watching, all of whom are saying his name in that specific tone. He puts the purse back. The lost children office closed at 11 in the morning, permanently. A lost child is now just a child briefly walking between 400 adults who all know exactly whose kid that is. And the dating apps are in free fall because their entire product, it turns out, was introductions. Nobody needs the introduction. People had simply been waiting for years at bus stops and bakery lines for someone to legally confirm the name. The losers are quieter about it. The layoff meeting at your office gets rescheduled twice because it is one thing to reduce headcount and another thing to stand in a room and reduce Margaret. Telemarketing scripts collapse in the first sentence. Am I speaking with? Yes, you are. Everyone is. And war planners discover that a draft list without strangers on it reads less like strategy and more like the guest list of the world's worst wedding, and quietly file it somewhere deep. But there is a rule in this society that nobody says out loud, and you find it in the afternoon. A man moves into the corner apartment. He has moved 5 times in 4 years. New city, new job, new haircut. And every time the new neighborhood greets him by name on day 1. And by the name comes the rest, the way your own name carries your history in it. There are no fresh starts here. There is no city big enough to be new in. And anonymity, it turns out, was a kind of mercy, the mercy of the rough draft, of being nobody for a while until you were ready to be somebody again. This society deleted the rough draft. Everyone is a final version, all the time, everywhere. And there is a colder discovery under that one. Outside the station, there is a man on the bench, and his name is Walter, and everyone knows it. That was supposed to be the fix. A stranger you can walk past, but a name you have to look at. Except the city learns, in about a week, that it can walk past a name, too. Morning, Walter. Morning, morning.
400 mornings personally addressed, warmly delivered, on the way to somewhere else. The society without strangers did not run out of coldness, it just started signing it.
And that is the evening discovery, the one waiting under this whole strange day. This world is not the opposite of yours. It is yours, with the setting switched on. Because your world already has the names. They are on the badge of the woman at the register, on the delivery app right under the photo of the man at your door, on the mailbox of the neighbor you have nodded at for 6 years. The names were never missing. A stranger is not someone whose name you do not know. A stranger is someone you decided not to know, because the city runs on that decision, made politely 8 million times a day, and calls it minding your own business. Your society did not fail to build the world without strangers. It looked at the price of knowing people, and it chose the bus where everyone stares at their phone. Quieter commute, longer winters. That night there is music coming through your ceiling, and it is not practice anymore. It is a recital, and the building is up there holding paper cups, listening to Gerald, 61 years old, 3 years of scales through your floor. He plays the one piece he knows all the way through, and it is not perfect, and nobody in the room is a stranger, so it does not have to be. The next morning, the garbage truck comes back, and the man on the back waves and calls your name. And this time, you wave back and call his. That is the entire revolution. It costs 1 word. Next time, how society would be if rain only fell on bad people. Bring an umbrella, just in case.